got no guitar, got a fine cigar. Slow down a bit, get a lit, and let the blues lay where they are. 'Cause the blues some days, they won't let go. They won't let go. But it's Saturday, we're at the shop today. Let's celebrate, light up an anime, raise a toast, watch the blues go up in smoke. Watch the blues go up in smoke.
What is up, Pops?
What is up, kid? Coach. I should call you Coach.
It says it on the shirt.
It does.
Winning coach. It should
Winning.
say this morning.
Right now, you're 1-0 in your coaching career. Cowboys might hire you.
Or well, that's too good of a record to be hired by.
Yeah, that's
But look, we won this. That's why we're coming a little bit late. Basketball season has started, so
yeah.
Elias is playing and Leslie is playing, which is why this show is going to be a little bit shorter. But that being said, this is going to be a good one. We're going to talk about a few things, but we finally get to come in from a kids sporting thing with a win in a sport that we enjoy.
And it's not soccer.
It's not soccer. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But this morning is.
But it was great. You guys beat the other team by double.
We doubled the points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4-2.
4-2. But that being said, what up, Haley Haney?
They couldn't get the threes to drop.
Okay, this morning we're going to do a little bit different format because I really didn't do any cool headlines.
Yeah,
so
which is very, very obvious.
Let's just tell them what we're going to talk about this morning.
Okay. Well, due to lack of creativity, today's show brought to you today at Industrial Cigar Company in Frisco, Texas. And they're coming to us from a foreign country like LaGrange, Missouri, which I'm sure Larry Adams is coming in from. Good day, mate.
Good day, mate.
I did see Elon Musk do a good day, mate, the other day.
That
got a real German twist to it.
That one was a little. I'm glad CNN doesn't watch the show because you would be right there with them. Good morning, Chris. Thank you so much for holding it down. Okay, this morning we're going to talk about the DC Blending Committee that happened this week.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about First Friday coming up. We're going to do a different theme than we've done before.
Yeah. We can talk about the testing committee.
We'll talk about the testing committee. We'll talk about cigar roulette tonight.
Yes.
A little bit on the EOS. We had our EOS annual. This is just important if you want to know what's going to happen as far as our business goes.
Yeah.
And then we're going to talk a little bit about cigars, but it's going to be abbreviated because I've got to boogie and go coach my other
What time
child.
do you got to?
I got to be off of here by probably 11:30.
Okay.
Like 20 minutes.
Easy peasy.
About what I got here.
20 minutes.
Let's also start off. If you're coming in to a non area, tell us where you're coming in from. If it is Griffin Middle School, and you're here because we were talking about Runzas, good morning.
Craziest thing ever, just 2 seconds, to show the power of social media. This is crazy. So in Nebraska, there's this great sandwich shop. It's a fast food place. It's called Runza. It's this little packet of just happiness. It's warm bread stuffed with meat. How can it go wrong?
Right.
So if you're from Nebraska, you know Runza because it's not available anywhere else. So there's been times in the past where we have promoted that we want to try to recreate the Runza. It's special. Try to recreate it and have it here at the shop.
Fast forward,
we have a post on social media about our new lunch on the fly. I want to talk about that. We have the lunch on the fly. A guy responds with, "Hey, were you guys still going to do the Runzas?" And I said, "Interesting you said that. Tomorrow, for the football games, we are actually going to make Runzas and bring them up here so people can experience a Runza. We're bringing them up if I don't eat them all."
Now, you fast forward.
We're at the basketball game, and I sent this this message at the basketball game.
I put my jacket on. It's got my Husker N on there, the N for knowledge. Mm-hmm. And I'm walking out, and he goes, "Hey, go Big Red." Go Big Red to you as well. He goes, "Hey, but real quick, I just got a post from this industrial cigar company. I mean, I don't smoke cigars, but have you heard of this industrial cigar company place? It's like, yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah, no, and I wrote
They're
it.
doing runzas. It's like, I know. That guy over there is making the runzas. That's all right. It was like this whole moment.
The guy, yeah, the thing that at this 5-year-old basketball game, the guy that posts that up is standing right there.
I know. You could have just walked over, but
It's crazy.
it is all well and fun. But you will be doing runzas for tomorrow. So come up.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's games are going to be off the chain. I think.
I think so.
Really good football.
Yeah, I think we're going to finally see some good football.
Well, last week I think was good football as well. And the beginning of that Detroit game was a riot to watch. Man, that was a fun game. But we'll have the games on. We'll have runzas on. But I want to step back a little bit.
Step back.
I'm going to step back to Wednesday night. Wednesday night we had the DC Blending Committee. If you are here on planet Earth in our ICC world in August, we released the Cold Summers.
Right.
And one of the things is if you bought a box
of
Cold Summers, you could register to be a part of this blending committee. You can basically give your feedback on what the next cigar is. Okay, we thought that's a cool.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, Jamon has worked since August to step into the blending committee that happened Wednesday with 4 complete blends. Not like, oh, here's some
What do you
blends.
think?
What do you think?
Yeah.
No. The amount of work that goes into blending one cigar is immense. He came in with 4 complete blends, and we smoked them. We went through, and the cigar he thought, the one he was just going to go to market with, finished last.
Really?
And what we said out loud is we said, hey, this is your company. We understand if you want number 4 to go, this is your company, and we're not going to hold any grudges. And he's like, no, man, F that. I committed to this, and I'm going to do it the way that we do it. He kept saying, we're going to do it the long way. We're going to do it right. And so he had the opportunity to come in and just kind of gamify it, make it feel all warm and fuzzy.
But he's committed to the ID.
10 guys.
So you got to. So if you have 10 guys that smoke a cigar with different skill sets and different levels of understanding of a cigar, if you have first means first, last means last. It's not like it was a fluke.
It was not a fluke, and he is fully committed to this. So 10 guys here are quite literally deciding the future blend or the future moves for DC,
Nice.
for a brand.
Nice.
And this number 3, I mean, you're right. We had a lot of different palettes there, and number 3 was
Special.
it was unreal. It was.
He
unreal.
had just. I had a FaceTime with a dear friend Luciano last week, and actually Jamon was sitting in his office with him. So you guys did this on Wednesday. I think I had my call Monday. So he just got back from Nicaragua.
Yep.
So everything was. That's awesome.
It was really, really special. And so let's just say that if that cigar comes out in a few months, it's going to be fantastic. If this cigar comes out in a year from now, it is what it is.
Yeah, Katie.
He's not in this. He's not in this. I've got to make it to PCA. I have to release something new. He's like, no, that's not the way we're doing it. We're doing it the right way. I learned a lot about Jamon's character.
Well, that says a lot because there are some big box brands out there that everybody knows that is so focused on hitting a ship date that the concern that the cigar is ready to go is kind of secondary.
Yeah, it's not.
It's about hitting some ship date because it's on the cover of some catalog. And that's not the way to do it.
It's not the way to do it. It's the way it's done, but it's not the way to do it. So that was well done, Jamon. Talk about just a commitment.
Good morning to Sean. And Sean, we missed your carbs this morning. Garrett Reed, Marty Upton.
I'm okay. Thank you.
So if we can step back even a little further in time, go back to last Saturday, we did a testing committee session. We had 16 different cigars that were tested. I think it was 6 different brands that had been sending us stuff in November, December for us to evaluate in order to put it on the floor. As usually happens, we find out that there are a lot of manufacturers. I wonder if they actually take tested the cigar before they made it. There's some, Stanko, you were there, Chris was there. There were some swings and misses that were
in production.
Finished cigars. Like, we want you to buy these because we can ship them today. Wow. But I think there were 6 different cigars, one brand, which we've got to have the next round of conversations with before we announce it. And then one was a reblend of a cigar that had not done well for us from Foundation called the Weiss Band. And they have 2 different versions of that cigar. And they did a reblend on it. They did a repackaging on it. And this was number 15 and 16 after our pallets had been hammered. They were noticeably on another level.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, so excited to get them back in. Get them back on the floor.
G. Reed, I'm going to give you Ali's number so you can reach out and figure out that drink competition.
Right, and that one brand that had 4 different cigars.
The one brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a brand it's pretty exciting.
They're in line.
I've connected with them this week, and they are really excited about the opportunity to get on our floor.
Well,
like
kooky
time.
Let's have some fun.
Yeah.
Let's have some fun with that. Let's back it up a little bit more, shall we?
Christmas was great.
Well, what was really good was our EOS annual meeting.
Yeah.
With Daniel Himmel. Look, we say this every time we get with Daniel Himmel.
Yeah.
If you're a decision maker at your business, you own your own business, go ahead and just change your life and speak with Daniel Himmel. Yep. Because that EOS platform, and specifically having Daniel as our implementer, it just feels right, you know?
Well, the beauty of it is the EOS, the Entrepreneurial Operating System, is a system that gives structure to any size company. We've connected them with AT&T, and now AT&T is using it. Big companies do it, small companies do it. Our tiny company does it. But it adds this element of structure and accountability and the understanding you got to cut bait if you got to cut bait. But to focus, the beauty of it is Daniel he's also a member,
right?
A day one member here. So he kind of sees it from both sides, and it's beautiful because we'll start going down a path of something we need to either do or perfect or whatever. And then he can stop and go, can I talk to you about this as a member? And to be able to share that side of it adds a whole different dynamic to it.
Yeah, he is. I cannot say thank you enough to you.
And if you know decision makers that have problems making decisions, recommend this. Because we have a manufacturer that we do business with that talked about some of the struggles as their company was growing, and we recommended EOS to them, and they connected with an implementer down in
Miami,
and he was proudly reporting back to me that they're doing it, they're committed to it, they're doing well. This was a company that was apparently just trying to find its way, and now the structure is helped.
Yes, but with that being said, there are some things that we learned about our company that we're doing well. Some of the things we're missing on, but globally speaking, I think we're in a better shape than we were last year this time. I think that's the best way to put it.
Oh, a year ago this time, sharp knives and firearms would have been a mistake.
Yeah.
Because this was the daily notifications that, it's starting to look like February before we open the fuselage. It looks like could be March. Could be. And there became some conversations that I think could have got me thrown in jail for a year just under the threat of assault and battery. And it opened, and we realized we didn't know shit from Shinola when it came to that side of the business.
I don't like looking that far back.
And
that's a dark time of life.
Yeah, it was.
It was we didn't realize it was a dark time of life because we were flying, but that whole section, that whole mid-January through about June, I'm just deleting
that was a
memory.
I'm throwing it in the file folder that's titled COVID.
I'm throwing that in.
That was just a black hole in my life that I don't want to don't want it back.
I don't want to go back there.
No.
But
But we thank everybody who did come in and made this place
kept
what
alive.
is happening.
Yeah, except for life.
6,200 new bodies walked in this door, sat down, and bought a cigar, and that's not including the people who brought with them today.
That's
One new guy, but there's 4 sitting back there.
Yeah.
So, and this is why, I mean, we have a lot of manufacturers going, hey, how do we get one of those lounge sponsorships?
Boy,
Because this is a billboard. This is a absolute billboard where people can get in front of the people that they absolutely want to be in front of. It's incredible.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. But that being said, let's now think about right now. What is happening right now? Let's talk a little bit of cigars before I have to boogie out and go coach Alessia.
Yeah. So the product has started to arrive. Manufacturers and warehouses closed down in mid-December. They come back on in early January. Product is all starting to flow. Crux Bull and Bear back on the shelf. Liga 9 back on the shelf. I did find that we still have a few boxes left of the Cavalier LE.
Yep.
And we did 100 boxes. So there's only, I think, 10 boxes left. But get them while you can get them. Gran Habano 20th Anniversario back on the shelf. Super excited about it.
Well, and then I've got this. This is the Oliva.
That's the Oliva 135th anniversary.
This is a great cigar, and also a great value.
No doubt.
Because I think it's in that 10 to 12, right?
It is. It is.
It's just so smooth. It's nice. There's no pepper to it. It's an everyday cigar.
And then I am smoking the limited edition Roma Craft Genetic Deformity, and it's enjoyable, particularly with this coffee. It's not as heavy as I remember the Neanderthals, and that maybe goes in part to the fact that your palate's mature, and as what would have been super strong to you a year ago is now kind of getting closer to your lane. So,
Yeah.
But no, this cigar is special. But should we talk about this thing that we did the pre-announcement
Of what? No.
No?
What? Stuff with Oliver?
Yeah.
No. We're going to talk about that right now. We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about that at
So
another
we
time.
should talk about it when they actually physically arrive.
After our Apex and Atabay members have access to it and make their decisions, and we can determine whether we have any left, then we'll
This
talk
is a
about it.
reminder of the benefits of membership.
Write
Our
this.
members get the ability to have first shot at limited edition product. This is the most sought after cigar.
Perhaps
on the planet.
perhaps
On the planet. Yeah.
That moment right there, that's value of membership. We could have just sold them. We could sell them. We could sell them out. We could take the cash. We can go home. But we're going to slow it down. Make sure our members have the time. They get to make the decisions, and then we'll.
I will say this just as an illustration of the excitement, because it's been a year since we've had these before. You and I are on a phone. We're on the phone doing FaceTime, and you had just sent the text to the Apex and Atabay members about this opportunity.
Yep.
Right? 3 seconds later, your brother Nathan texts me and says, "Hey, is there a pre-sale on the fill in the blank that I don't know about?" I'm like, "Why?" Because orders are coming in.
Yeah.
3 seconds later.
It
It was
It
crazy.
was really, really fast. So
Yeah.
if you remember looking
Oh,
at
Ted
this-
Ferguson's out shooting guns today.
That's right. That's right. The Puff and
Puff and Pew and don't puke or
Not Pew.
something's happening.
Yes, and yes, I hope there's a good turnout there for Wayne there. Last final thing. Oh,
Lotus is back in the house.
Lotus is back. These are super cool. It looks like a little. I don't know, kind of like a Ford GT style.
Yeah.
Like the new age Ford GT. One other thing I forgot to mention, and they're actually
It's got a little tack.
this is pretty cool because this is a little perfect cut, so you can't overcut that.
Yep.
And then it's got that little wastegate on the backside. So the top, when you cut the cap off, you don't have to open it and dump it. It just kind of slides itself out.
That's on the back. And these are cool because they try to get this. The lighters and the cutters, the lights reflect shiny. But anyway, lighters, cutters.
final note is First Friday is coming up here in about a week.
Yeah.
And we're going to do a different style. We're going to go kicks and sticks. So
Kicks,
sneakerheads.
kicks
Bring 'em.
and sticks.
Yeah, sneakerheads bring them.
Whoa.
Dress up, do your thing, wear your
But
best sneakers.
wear your best sneakers. Very interesting.
Right? Kicks and sticks.
I did not. I get some feed of people going to these sneaker shows,
Uh-huh.
paying $30,000 and $50,000 for these sneakers. I don't get it.
No,
But these
but
people
you do
are
have some good
loose.
shoes, though.
Well, I think so. I got you some, or actually,
I know,
definitely got
thank
you some
you.
cool ass shoes.
Yeah, these things are cool as hell. That's actually why. Because I haven't had a pair of Jordans since I was probably 7 years
No,
old. So.
I bought his son Elias his pair of shoes that you had the first time they came out.
Yep.
And then, of course, my wife.
And she's like, oh,
They have to match each other.
that's right.
So she bought.
So I'm rocking some jeans. But
Are
that's
they comfy?
holy shit, these things are unbelievable.
Nice.
The build quality on this, I mean, it is. Makes me want to. I wanted to start hooping again until I took my first shot in 12 years and saw how
Yeah,
fucking
that-
bad I am.
Andrew went out there and started snapping the net. You look like you should still be playing football.
I would.
Yeah.
would.
And I will say, as far as kicks go, I have these that Nathan gave me. Not the best looking shoes. I'm going to admit they're just one pullover with Velcro away from looking like I'm at the old folks' home.
Yeah.
But you just slide your foot into them, and I don't have to bend over.
That's what
And
an
so
old
that
folks
goes.
is.
That's the best shoe you can get.
Yeah. So bring them, and I don't think we're going to do an event, Brian. I think we're just going to throw some promo out there.
If people don't know that First Friday is First Friday, they weren't coming anyway.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
All right, I got to go, Coach.
Okay, Coach.
All right,
We're
Come
out.
in,
We're going to
bang,
go watch some
do the
hooping,
things.
some dunking,
that's right.
something. We're going to watch something.
We out. Appreciate you.
See ya.
Peace.